I'm sorry. I'm giving Keith a hard time. I don't know what my problem is. But yes, a lot of people obviously praise Keith when the weather is good.
Thank you, Keith.
You did not die in my dream, Keith. No.
Dawn's been surly all morning.
I don't know what's up. But I'm in a good mood now.
We like it.
It's official.
Like
Kelsey's here. I'm in a good mood.
Well, I'm happy because what this weather means on the roads, it's like construction-free summer roads.
Find something wrong with that, Dawn.
Nothing.
Right.
That's wonderful.
All right, good. Then let's look outside and show you. Tower, and it's still looking fairly light. This is 94 at Snelling Avenue, the midpoint between the two downtowns, really on I-94, and we're seeing that traffic flowing along, continuing to build, particularly heavy in the westbound direction, but still, we're just seeing the building process get underway at 537. Now looking to 169 and Anderson Lakes Parkway through Eden Prairie headed northbound, we're seeing that traffic starting to pick up, but even here, the 169 494 Construction Junction has been such a big reason for delays over the course of the summer, even as we headed into the first wintry parts of this season, and now we're seeing that the dry conditions and not a lot of construction actually physically being done from a day-to-day basis. So that 169 northbound traffic really green. That means 55, 60 miles per hour cruising right into Maple Grove. No trouble quite yet. If you're heading out the door at this early hour, you shouldn't have any trouble. To the northeast, 35W southbound traffic continues building as you approach 694. A little bit of congestion starting to get underway, but again, not enough where you need to rush out the door. With nice road conditions, we've had fewer accidents. That's really cut back on drive times for some of you. Still want to allow probably a good amount of time what you typically would for a Friday morning, which do tend to be lighter, but you can at least think you may get there a little early because those roads have been so cooperative. Let's talk more now about our weather. Hey Keith, good morning everyone. Happy Friday to you. It's not every day I can deliver good news from the traffic department, but I've been able to do that a few days in a row now with the mild temperatures and weather. We're looking at road conditions dry and non-slippery, much like you'd see in the summertime, but here's the difference. Construction season has mostly died down, so we're not dealing with the summer traffic. So we're enjoying what appears to be probably some of the best driving conditions you'll enjoy all year. This is Highway 10 up near Anoka at Round Lake Boulevard. We see that eastbound traffic building. As temps cool down over the course of next week, we are going to see the slick conditions start to play a role. But so far, we've had very few crashes, and that's made the morning drive pretty easy going, or at least what you'd expect. Many of you probably getting to your destination a little sooner than you would normally. This is 94 eastbound up at Elm Creek. We are seeing some slowing, that stretch from Rogers into Maple Grove. That tends to be one of the areas that gets busy first in the morning. Same goes for the northeast side of town. This is at the Forest Lake split. Heading southbound, that's the steady stream of traffic you're seeing here. This is where 35E and 35W branch off from I-35 up in that Forest Lake area. No major slowdowns around 494 at this point. We still have some construction gear stuff, I guess you could say, in place, but we're not seeing that slowing things down. Not a lot of active activity that I'm seeing in the traffic cameras on a daily basis. 35W northbound, same thing. We're seeing traffic building, but even south there down in Lakeville, not too bad. To the southeast metro, 94 westbound, still free and clear from Wisconsin through Woodbury into Maplewood all the way to St. Paul. We're still moving at a good clip. So if you're heading out the door, shouldn't have any trouble. But of course, if you're sticking around your house, stay tuned. I'll let you know if we do have any crashes pop up. Jason, Don, back over to you guys.
Thank you, Kelsey.
It is once again, and we have the weather to thank. You know, we don't have plows out there trying to clear the snow, getting in the way of traffic. We don't have the slippery spots creating accidents. In fact, one of my friends on Facebook just reminded me, you know, part of the issue is we don't have tow trucks out there trying to tow any vehicles who maybe didn't follow the snow emergency rules. So it's really making things easy going on the roadways, this nice weather. And on top of that, we don't have a lot of construction going on. So it's sort of the nice summer roadway conditions without having all that construction getting in the way. So enjoy it. Once again, a fairly easygoing day. 35W Highway 10 in the southbound direction. We're seeing that junction building, some slow spots, mostly concentrated on the north side of town. This is one of those. Another one here. This is up by the 94-494 split in Maple Grove. We are seeing especially that 494 southbound traffic starting to get heavy, as well as 94 eastbound. And if we go to 35E, 35W, another spot in the northern suburbs, this over in Forest Lake, still a steady stream of traffic heading down, mostly southbound. It's not too late for you to be tuning into the Fox 9 Morning News to find out where the construction might be impacting your travels. Check it out over the weekend on Saturday. I-35E is closing just for minutes, but will be a dead stop at some point between 8 and 10. The recommendation by MnDOT is just to avoid that time frame on 35E through Lino Lakes. All right, that's it for me, Alex. Over to you. Now with this update on your road conditions, which have been very nice, here's what we're dealing with. We have this mild weather creating road conditions much like you would see maybe in the summertime. They're dry, no slick spots, and now without the construction, that heavy time period of construction during the summer, we're really probably enjoying some of the best road conditions, morning commute conditions we'll have all year. So soak it in, it's not going to last. Today though, 35W Johnson Street, we do have traffic building at this hour, but as I mentioned, with a lot of the factors working in your favor, you the driver, we're not seeing any major slowdowns quite yet. No crashes to report at this hour. We do have one stalled semi on 35W near Broadway. Looks so that it's not impacting the cruising rate too much yet. Could get a little worse as we approach that 7 o'clock hour. 169 in the Southwest Metro at Anderson Lakes Parkway. This is the Eden Prairie area as you push northbound toward 494. We're seeing traffic still flowing right along at the posted speed. And here's a look at I-90 Metro. We see the color we love. That's green. That means we're moving at 55 miles per hour or better. To the northeast, same for the majority of areas there, although 35W southbound, some slowing, especially as you reach Mounds View. Keep in mind some construction over the weekend that will impact your ability to use 35E. On Saturday morning between 8 and 10, we'll close that interstate for about 5 minutes for, yes, construction. Hard to believe in January. We're taking a quick break now, but stay with us. The Fox at that pace. Now looking at 35W southbound and Hennepin Avenue, a stalled semi contributing to a slowdown there as you're heading southbound into the downtown Minneapolis area. Here at Johnson Street, we're already seeing those brake lights shining bright red, so we do know that you're going to be slowing down and possibly seeing an added delay. However, overall, the big picture here in the world of traffic is we've been enjoying summer-like road conditions, dry, easygoing, few potholes, and we have not had to deal with the summer construction projects. So overall, still a fairly good. Our sensor map still picking up 55 miles per hour, just barely though. Heading southbound 494, starting to see things stack up, but we aren't seeing a major presence of those brake lights. To the northeast, 35W southbound coming in heavy at Highway 10 down to 694, and then it cruises along until you get down to where that semi-stall is occurring toward Johnston Street. 36 westbound, you usually start to see those backups starting in the 7 o'clock hour. So far, so good. However, over the weekend, we still are getting some work done outdoors because the weather has been so mild. So keep in mind, 35E will be closing for about 5 minutes on Saturday between 8 and 10. Why, you ask? Well, Xcel Energy will be out there working, removing some overhead power lines. Will be just enough action that the troopers will be out there actually closing down that interstate. So something to think about. That's tomorrow. Stay tuned to the Fox 9 Morning News. I'll be letting you know these construction projects are still happening. Hard to believe, guys. Over to you.
I know, it is hard to believe. Thanks, Kelsey. It is.
And hello to all of you and happy Friday. We're enjoying those road conditions that are looking a lot like the spring summer roads, dry that is, and without the summer construction really getting in the way. But we're not without our trouble this morning out on our interstates and freeways in the Twin Cities. We do have a couple crashes to tell you about, so listen up. If you're heading on I-94 at Dale Street coming out of the St. Paul area in the westbound direction, you will be experiencing some delays. Add a few minutes to your morning drive. We have a crash here near Dale Street. You can see plenty of crews on the scene. Typically, if we see extra vehicles out there helping assist with an accident, we know maybe it'll take a little bit more time to get the situation taken care of. So you, the driver, if you're heading on I-94, again, expect some delays. We're already seeing to Highway 52 some action. Let's see if we can get like heading southbound towards St. Paul. Let's go to our map, check out the coloring, check out the region you're coming from. If you're seeing some of those yellow and orange colors, you know we have some reduced speeds. At 7:12, we are in the heart of rush hour, so expect the typical delay, but on a Friday, sometimes it's a little lighter. And guys, as we've been talking about all day, the warm temps really helping our Minnesota drivers.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Roads are pretty clear. Thanks so much.
Friday, oh, we are having some fun at the station today. Hope you're having fun joining us. We have a few serious situations, however, out on our roadways. One of those really backing up traffic on I-94. You see those flashing lights behind me? No, not special effects. Those are police cars. We do have a situation impacting traffic. The right lane of traffic closed here in the westbound direction. So as you're moving toward the St. Paul area from the east and then trying to push westbound from that downtown, you're going to be sitting in some heavy traffic. We don't have any reports of any injuries from this, but we have seen the results of the slowdown starting as far east as Mounds Boulevard, even a little east of here now, starting to stack up. So that's as you approach the downtown area. Obviously, that gets a little slow on a typical Friday morning, and then you move west of that and you have that crash to deal with. So expect some delays. I know those of you that use I-94 don't have a lot of alternate options, so you might just have to bite the bullet and expect to add about 5 to 10 minutes to your morning drive. Here's 35E at Larpenteur Avenue. A crash that occurred earlier and that has been cleared, still slowing traffic, seeing plenty. Friday, it's typically a little lighter. Stay tuned. I have some news on a reason why 35E will be closing for a short time tomorrow. For now, though, let's get to M.A. Roscoe.
They're log rolling.
There they are.
Well,
Two very different speeds on that one log. Andy's going down. Meteorologist down.
Sorry about that, Keith. Didn't mean to. I meant to. 494 at Stone Road, we have a little trouble. There are a few different crashes out there we want to dive right into. This being one of them. Southbound traffic, very slow going as you pass by here. A couple different vehicles involved in this, as you can see, push over to the shoulder, but that's not stopping the drivers in the southbound direction from stopping, checking it out, and slowing way down. So be prepared. The backups even past Carlson. Let's get a little West Metro 94 eastbound now free and clear. If you've been waiting to head out the door, you're looking at good driving conditions. Sometimes Fridays tend to be lighter. Plus, the overall picture being that we have dry roads, much like you'd see in the summertime without all that summer construction. So I'm thinking this is kind of about as good as it gets for the morning commuters. 35W southbound continuing to have heavy traffic, but no major slowdowns. 694. It's a little slow westbound due to some construction, and I'll have some news on what's happening in Lino Lakes on 35E. That will actually close the interstate for a time tomorrow. That's coming up. But for now, Alex, Tom, back to you guys.
All right, thanks for the update.
It's Friday. We made it to the end of our first full work week of 2012, and we're enjoying some pretty nice road conditions considering it's January without the snow on the roadway. It's a lot like summer driving, but without the construction. I bet you can appreciate that. We do have a few trouble spots out there, though. One of those at 494 in the southbound direction. We had an accident at Stone Road that involved several vehicles. We still have an emergency crew on the scene dealing with a little bit of that, and the slowdowns continue to persist. Let's check out a little bit farther north at Carlson Parkway. Just a few moments ago, we had the brake lights going on right here where my hand is, and now it's pushed a little bit southbound. So now that the crash has, for the most part, been cleared, we're going to hopefully see conditions improve. The crosstown very active at this hour, particularly in the westbound direction here at Penn Avenue. Be prepared for some slowdowns, but nothing too orange in the northbound direction right through that St. Louis Park area. That's a little bit out of the ordinary, so just want to make sure you had the heads up. All right, I'll have to give you the update on that construction on 35E coming up soon.
For us.
Kelsey Sobey is in now. We're talking about a Friday that it's pretty darn nice out there.
It has been nice. It's this strange phenomenon where we have the road conditions of spring or summer, but without the spring and summer construction.
Right.
So it doesn't get much
that's
better
a
than
plus.
this. Take a respond to whatever the changing conditions might be. One other spot still slow at this hour, 494 southbound at Carlson Parkway. We had a crash at Stone Road, involved several vehicles that really got things slowed down. Plenty of brake light actually on a Friday. Again, I mentioned 169 has some slow spots where you see those orangish, yellowish colors. That's where we're seeing speeds ranging between 15 and 35 miles per hour. So still slow, especially for a Friday. 494 southbound again, pushing south at 55. That's where you're going to see those slowdowns sort of in that Hopkins, Minnetonka area. So western suburbs, a little slow in general today. 694 westbound still a little slow because of that construction at Highway 10 that is ongoing. And speaking of such, there's going to be work done on 35E tomorrow, sometime between 8 and 10 a.m. Xcel Energy will be closing down. Well, State Patrol will be closing it down. But for 5 minutes, the interstate will actually be closed because Xcel Energy will be doing some work on some overhead power lines. So the weather cooperating for those people who need to work outside. Let's hear more about our weather, shall we? It seems like we can't talk about it enough. Hello, it's reminding me that I want a dog so badly, but I just can't take care of one someday. We're looking at our roadways right now. Check it out. This is a nice view you, the viewer at home, can look at. This upper hand look shows you these dry roads, not what you would normally see in January. And as a result, we're getting the nice road conditions of the, say, spring, summer season without those construction projects getting in the way. Now, there is still some construction going on, yes, still some active sites, however, not nearly what we'd see during the summer months. So I don't think traffic's going to get much better than this. However, we do have a few crashes that are making things a little bit difficult in some areas. One of those through Mendota Heights and 35E. We had a stalled vehicle near Highway 13 being reported as a flat tire, and as a result we do have that northbound traffic slowing down as it passes by. It doesn't last too long, but it's enough that we do see here. That's as a result of a crash that happened at France Avenue. That's been cleared, but the damage already done as far as reducing those speeds. No injuries reported in any of the crashes this morning. That's the good news, and not nearly as many crashes as you typically see on a January morning. Let's look at our map, see the way our speeds are sort of unfolding at this point. Definitely has winded down up in the northern suburbs. We're back to green in most areas. Not the case though tomorrow. Yeah, we don't usually see a lot of traffic on a Saturday, but tomorrow sometime between 8 and 10 a.m., 35E will actually be closing a segment there up in Lino Lakes so Xcel Energy can get in and take some overhead power lines down. So for 5 minutes, it will actually be closed. So if you run into that situation between 8 and 10, that's what's going on. Hopefully it won't last too long. Look at our South Metro. Not much to talk about, Alex. Things are really calming down, and it's already been a calm day on our roadways.
All right.